This title probably sounds extremely clickbait. Unfortunately, it isn't. I wish it was. I feel like everybody has at least some really weird encounters with strangers, and some of my really weird encounters with strangers really stuck with me. So I thought, you know what? These are some really crazy things. Some of them truly are insane. So I thought I would just share them with you. Because why not? So of course, if you have a crazy encounter, comment down below. And I do have to clarify that with the first 4 stories, this was before I dyed my hair and wore black and wore makeup. Like in the first story, I was 7. So, first 4 stories, I looked normal. Is relevant. So the first really weird encounter I had with complete strangers is when I was like 7. I was outside with a friend of mine who was around 6, I think. And there was like a playground behind the house. So I was like, you know what? Let's go play there. There's a play set. So we went there. And it's completely empty except for there's like 3 teenagers. And they're around like 16, 17. And me and my friend are like, you know what? It doesn't matter that there's big kids. We can go play there. Whatever. Let's just go anyway. So we come closer, and then one of these kids is like, "Hey, you're that one girl that did the thing to us." And I was really confused because I had never seen these people before. But they were clearly yelling at me. They were pointing at me. And I thought that was really weird because I had never seen these people. So what do you mean I did a thing to you? So I told them, who are you? I've never seen you before. They didn't listen. They got mad. So at some point, just like a little confrontation kind of thing, at some point they jump off the playground and they start running towards us. So of course my friend and I get terrified and sprint off that field. Like we get out of there as fast as we can. Now, there's this moment in movies where the victim is running away and then they dramatically trip and fall. Yeah, that happened to me. I fell with a bunch of really angry teenagers running after me. Long story short, I got beat up. Not that badly though, and I ran home. Like as soon as I was able to get up and run away, I went home. And I was like, "Dad, these kids beat me up. You need to come with me. We gotta talk to them." So of course my dad is pissed. Like he is so angry. And he follows me to the playground. Kids are gone. My friend had gone home. It was terrifying. And I remember just being afraid of that playground for a little while because I was so scared these kids were gonna come back and beat me up again. It was really weird. I had never seen those kids before, and they just attacked me out of nowhere. And to this day, I still don't know why they were mad at me or who they were. Really weird. Now, this is the story that the title is about. So, one time, I'm like 12, and I'm biking home from school with the same friend from last story, but we're older now. And we are on the biking path, we are biking together next to each other, and at some point there are 2 guys, teens, I don't know, like 17 or something, and they are biking towards us, but like there's space, so they can go past us, so they don't have to like, it's not anything like they drive into us or ride into us, no. And at some point, we are next to each other, like the guys and us, we are next to each other, and this guy turns to face me, and I notice, so I turn my head to him, because I'm like, I don't know, maybe he wants to say hi. That's nice. I want to say hi. So I turned my head. And then he spat in my face. And I was shocked, Because I'm 12, I'm biking there home with my friend, and this kid, this stranger, I've never seen this guy before, spits in my face. And like, I'm so shocked, all I can do is just continue biking in silence. My friend and I are shocked, and at some point, she's like, "You've got something on your face, like there's like brown stuff on your face and coat." So I wipe my cheek and it looks like chocolate. Chewed out chocolate. I get home, I look in the mirror. This guy spat his food out in my face. I didn't know him, had no idea who he was, but he spat out his food in my face. It was gross. I immediately took a shower. It was disgusting. And I felt really grossed out, and I hated that. It was not a nice experience. Now, for the next one, at this point I'm a little older. I'm like 14, 15. I'm in secondary school, and I take the bus to school. Right, so I'm on the bus, and right in front of me there's like a plastic panel in which I can see my own reflection. This is relevant. And there's two girls on the seats behind me, and at some point I feel like an itch right here on my head. And it just keeps going, and at some point I just swipe it off. I'm like, yeah, just get away, get away. And then it happens again. And at some point I look into the plastic panel and I see in the reflection that the two girls behind me are pulling out the individual strands of hair that was poke out at the top. Like, they were genuinely pulling out the individual strands of hair on top of my head. What? And at some point, like, they don't realize that I can see them, so they just keep going, and I'm like, I gotta do something. I can't just sit here and let these strangers pull out my hair. So I just turned around and I made eye contact, and I was like, really? And they stopped, thank God, but it was really weird. Also, I had never seen or talked to those girls. So it was so weird. And also it kind of hurt. It was not nice. Now for the next story, this one's just funny. Like, it's not offensive or mean or gross or anything. It was pretty funny. I was 14 at the time. And I was done with school and I was waiting at the bus stop. And an older lady shows up and she goes to sit next to me on a little bench in the bus stop. And we talk. And at some point, I noticed that she's like asking questions that are strange to me. She's like, "Do you have a husband?" Or, well, she didn't even ask, "Do you have a husband?" She just straight up said, "Where is your husband?" Or, "Is your husband at work?" And I was like, husband? Or when she would ask, "So, what study are you doing?" And I'm like, study? So at some point, the questions give me a kind of clue that she probably thinks I'm older than I am. So I ask her, how old do you think I am? And she needed a moment to think about it, and then she said, like, 34. And I was like, well, I'm 14. And after that, we just laughed it off. It was pretty funny, so it was fine. It's just kind of interesting, because I know I get people getting my age wrong all the time, so I'm pretty used to it, but I've never had a person think I'm 20 years older than I genuinely am. So it was pretty funny, and I had a laugh at it. Like, it was fun. So, like, that story was not upsetting. It was just surprising. Now the next 3 stories are when I dyed my hair blue, so like after that. So one time, I'm walking towards the train station with my friend, and we are at the ice cream store, because there's an ice cream store really close to the train station. It's lovely, it's really good ice cream. Really good. So we got our ice cream and we're outside the shop. I think I just threw my little cup away. And then this old lady comes up to me and she starts talking to me, but I don't really hear what she's saying until she comes like really, really close to my face. Like she's only a few centimeters away from my face at this point. And I've never had a stranger come that close to me. Like, step back, please. I don't know you. So she's like this close to me, and then she just starts touching my hair and playing with it, and she says, you know, blue is such a nice color, but not in your hair, right? Ma'am, who are you? Can you leave? Like, you are a stranger. You are in my face, and you are touching me. And you're trying to get me to say that blue hair is ugly. It's just like, fam, chill. Like, it was really weird, and I just backed off and walked away. I was like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to answer this lady. I don't know if I seem rude right now, but I'm leaving, honey. Not a nice situation. And another story, I'm walking home from school. I'm on my way to the train station. And I just walked out of the school, and this kid comes up to me. He's like, I don't know, slightly younger than I am at that point. He's like maybe 14, 15. And he just looks at me and goes, do your parents love you? Boy, what kind of a question is that? Do you always ask strangers if their parents love them? Is that normal to you? Because it seems pretty weird to me. So I just ignored him, and I continued on my way. Went to the train station. It was weird. Now for the last story. This one's just gross. And it's such a weird thing to discuss about other people. I'm in school. Most of these are something to do with school. But like, I'm in school and I'm walking towards the way out, and I pass this group of people that are older than I am. So they're like, I don't know, 17, 18 at that point. I was like 16. And I loudly hear the guy say, hey, what color do you think her hair down there, if you know what I mean? What color do you think that is? You think she dyed it blue too? And then he just started discussing that question with his friends, and I'm like, what? I can't believe that happened. I can't believe any of these stories happened. That's so weird. Like, do you go and sit in the hallway and then you see a random person and go, I wonder what body hair color they have. Maybe I should openly go and discuss with my friends whether or not they have whatever color of hair down there. Sounds normal, right? So in pretty much every single situation, I ignored it, or I just didn't say anything. I was like, you know what? I was so shocked in most situations, there was no way I was going to be able to come up with like a proper response to any of this, because I was just like, that really just happened? I thought this only happens in like Tumblr stories or books or movies. I guess not. I guess not. I mean, every single one of these situations was wild. Like, I was like, hello? What's going on? This makes no sense. I can't believe people are like this. This video is really going to have a great clickbait AF title. Except for it wasn't clickbait. Because it really happened. I wish it didn't. So yeah, if you have any weird or creepy encounters or funny encounters, why not make it like somewhat happy, Leave them in the comment section down below. I'm always happy to hear your stories. So I'll see you next time. Be nice to yourself and others. Take care of yourself, maybe others, and I'll see you next time.